What do you think this means? I'll tell you what this means. We're at ReptiCon. We're gonna go find some cool snakes, some cool lizards. It's gonna be good. You have to walk through the mouth. Let's go. We're gonna get eaten by a big snake. Wow. Look at all of these deli containers.
How are you doing?
Carla already found something she wants.
I like just like the normal boas.
Okay, you can only pick.
There's your favorite.
You can only pick 10. Okay.
Okay. Because there's 12 already.
Oh yeah, here's an Amazon. So, for those of you who don't know, obviously a lot of you don't know, I actually worked at a pet store a long time ago, and there was an Amazon tree boa that used to be in the store that always bit me every single time I had to feed it. And so every time I see one, Carla makes fun of me. Okay, so this gentleman is from SUR, and this is the United States Association of Reptile Keepers, and he just gave me a little bit of info. What exactly do you guys do?
So we're the conservationists that are protecting your rights to own and keep reptiles. Currently, we're in a lawsuit against Florida Fish and Wildlife for banning certain species. And just as of yesterday, there's some legislation that passed in the House and the Senate to ban tegus and iguanas in Florida.
I did not know that. That's a huge move in the reptile keeping community.
Correct.
Because that's a very popular set of reptiles that a lot of us already have and won't be able to keep if that continues to go.
Correct. It's a slippery slope. I mean, iguanas are the third most popular pet in the world.
Yeah.
So if they're coming after iguanas, what's going to stop them from coming after your ball python,
exactly,
or your boa, or your chameleons, or anything,
or your pied alligator?
Anything non-native. Well, this is a native species, so
that's amazing. I've never seen one before.
Have a hard time banning that, but
yeah,
possibly not.
So where do people get more information to help the cause?
So the national site is USARK Florida, and of course, or USARK. And then there's USARK Florida. It's the Florida chapter because Florida's having so many problems. So we started our own chapter here in Florida to help try to fight some of this regulation that's only occurring in Florida alone.
Okay, so check it out. Do what you can to help.
Please.
It's a big deal. So
we're a 501c6. All of your donations are non-profit. Go to a non-profit, therefore they're tax deductible.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for
every bit of the money. 100% of the money goes towards conservation and your ability to keep and own reptiles.
That's good.
None of us get paid. We're all here on our own dime.
And those are usually the best organizations to contribute to.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that. Thanks for explaining that.
Thank you.
Everybody get out there and help. So we saw this sign, and we just noticed that guy hanging out right there.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
You want to see something pretty cool? Give it right back to you.
Wow, it's really cool animal.
Yeah. He only weighs about 5 pounds. He's very deceiving.
Your arm gets tired kind of fast.
Run on.
Carla's gonna hold the lemur. This is really good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what do I do?
Look at that! Look at the sounds he's making. Okay, we found the one.
Found Jack's spirit animal.
Here it is.
A bird poop frog.
Okay, 0 to 60 on that one was 6.25 with a 0 to 30 of 2.32. So we're getting down there now really good. 6.25 0 to 60, 2.32 0 to 30. That is a very solid run. Okay, now we're gonna do a top speed run. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna reset the speed here. All right, so we got the speed at 0, and we're gonna make a top speed run. Let's see what we can do. 72 volt with the 80, with the back 8,000. I'll let this traffic go a little bit of the ways. Should be good. Give them a good time, good ways to get ahead of us. All right, here we go. I think we saw 77 there. 79. Look at that. So 79 on that run. It's got 80 in the bag, I guarantee it. I just needed a little more room, honestly. But that's a good one. New record. We'll try for that 80 mile an hour pull. That was after I did the 0 to 60 run. So I used a little bit of the juice that we had. We'll get back out there again. We'll do another 80 later. That was really solid.
So we got back, as you can see, I couldn't really get the full 80 on that run because I ran out of room once again. I was getting into some traffic. So we don't want to do that. But either way, 79, that's a new personal best. And so this BAC 8000 is bigger, as you can see, than the BAC 4000, clearly. And we'll talk about that for a minute, because what basically the advantage of having this is you have a lot more headroom, a lot more current, a lot more ability. This is a bigger amplifier, if you will, speed control, and it's capable of withstanding the loads for a longer period of time. So no temperature problems, no heating up, you don't get any issues with that. We're running about 16 kilowatts, a little over 17 kilowatts. The big story here is the acceleration. So the best I was able to do before was a 6.6, and that was the best. I did a couple runs now, and we're already at 6.2, so we dropped over a half a second, or close to a half second, 0.4 seconds in our 0 to 60, which is pretty big. So we're approaching that 5-second boundary for 0 to 60, which is insane to even imagine for a bike that didn't even do 50 miles an hour stock. So pretty impressive. And the 72 volt battery is just taking it like a champ, no problems. On the runs, I'm getting around a 530 phase amp consumption with around 250 amps at the battery. So this is a 300 amp BMS, so we can go a little harder if we want. But I don't know how much more phase amps I want to try and cram through this motor. I really don't want to destroy this motor. It is a stock motor still, and we are talking with someone about creating or putting together a better motor with permanent magnets that can handle a lot more juice. So stay tuned for that. Either way, BAC 8000 is doing its job. It wasn't for top speed. The top speed is about the same, as you can see. The big deal is being able to get that low end grunt. It does wheelies like, let me tell you, it does wheelies 40 miles an hour, no problem. So we're talking just power wheelies. I'm not trying to bring it up. I'm not rocking it. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just sitting on the bike and whacking the throttle, and the front end just comes off the ground. Anywhere from 0 and up. I mean, it'll probably do a wheelie from 50 or 60 miles an hour if I really wanted to. But it does it no problem without even asking from 0 to 40 miles an hour. And that 0 to 60 run, I had to let off to get it to keep the front end down. So definitely there's more in the 0 to 60. I think that it can crack the 5-second barrier. But I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. Real story here is we're gonna get that 80 mile an hour on video. I want to show you guys that this thing does it, and I want to show you guys that it's not a problem for this battery, this power system to accomplish that. So let's wait for the sun to go down, less traffic, and give her another pull. All right,
There it is.
it's feeding time for the big girl, and she knows why she's out here. She knows. And that's it. And that's all she wrote. And then the waiting game. Oh, this is cool. She's like coiling
she's
up.
spiraling.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen her do that one before.
She's so lazy.
Same.
Look, she's a donut. She's a snake donut.
That's so cool.